Good evening, and you're very welcome along to episode 52 of the Sopherone Saga right here on the Emerald Collective. 52 is also the current age of musician and actor Jared Leto, who we've had way less deaths in our campaigns than he's had in his movies for now. My name is Dave Gibson, and I am the creator and dungeon master for all things Sopherone. Let's kick off with some Emerald Collective news, shall we? The Emerald Collective will be hitting the podcast scene very shortly with our first outing, No Silver Linings, a Call of Cthulhu story set in 1920s Ireland by Mark Corrigan of Shunna Games. And we can confirm, and I can confirm personally, this one is super creepy because I played in it. And believe it or not, we're already starting recording season 2, The Era of the Body Snatchers, a grim and claustrophobic story set in Waterford in 1833. And after that, we'll be releasing a long-form Dungeons & Dragons 5e podcast, created and run by me as if I didn't have enough to do, called The Starless Twilight. We'll also be starting our very own Patreon very soon, which will feature contributions from our talented DMs and writers, and as well as discounts on selected items over on DM's Guild. So that'll tinkle your bell. We'll be offering monthly drops of curious creations and other TTRPG related delights. So stay tuned to our social media accounts to find out more about that closer to the time. He's not here tonight, but when he's not streaming with the Emerald Collective, you'll find our very own Ryan over on twitch.tv/DRange Rhino for all kinds of mischief as he plays various games from first-person shooters, platformers. Everyone is welcome, and if you haven't already, please give him a follow. He's a wonderful human being. And if you can afford it, a sub over on Twitch. Ryan's also streaming Baldur's Gate 3 over on his channel with some of the Emerald Collective community. I think it's John from Son of Citadel and Heirs to the Hand and Curse to Strahd. And Liz, who is in My Son the Hurricane, who's friends with the wonderful Craig. So, do give him a follow if you can. So let's have a quick look ahead and see what's coming up over the next 7 days. On Sunday with GM Stephen, who's right over there in your chat screen there, on your Twitch screen, our party, having successfully parlayed with the goblins to overthrow the hobgoblin scourge Dern, have spelunked into the grove beneath the citadel. Unfortunately for them, the grove is not an hospitable place. They landed themselves into a fight that seemed too easy, and confidence drove them on, but all was not as it seemed, as an onslaught of bugbears from a northern outlet charged the group. The grave and fearless, the great and powerful Okra stood valiantly, but the dice gods decided his fate, striking him down with a vicious blow. Type H in chat. R.I.P. Okra. Join us to see the rest of the party survive. See if the rest of the party survive in the depths of the Sunless Citadel. On Tuesday, there's been a murder in the Wizard of Vine's vineyard over in Curse of Strahd, but GM Carrick is up there as Wither Splinter lay waste to the property. What is Wither Splinter? I haven't been keeping up.
Winter Splinter is like a gigantic... maybe I typed it wrong.
Right,
It's basically a tree blight, one of the massive ones that I then buffed like crazy because I felt 2 paladins, they're going to smite it to death. So, yeah.
Buff my own trunk and never leave the house. So as Winter Splinter lay waste to the property, the party now have a number of threats to pull on, with strange occurrences seeming to surround them, from demonic scarecrows to werewolf tracks. Is there nowhere safe left in Barovia? We all know there isn't. And then on Thursday, Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel continues, and the party with me again as GM. You must be sick of me now, I'm sure you all are. The party one step closer to Shazaz Tar's lair and the secrets he jealously guards. But as the volcano in the center of the island of Garthas erupts, day has turned to night, and what better conditions could there be for a GM on an island infested with undead? And on Friday, which there would normally be the consequence of Quint Trivium next Friday with GM Ryan, we will be in AdventureCon. GM Ryan, myself, and a few others from the Emerald Collective community. But if you're not able to make it down to Galway, we'll be giving you regular social media updates, and we'll tell you what's going on. But there will be no stream that Friday. So, big thanks, and that's it. That's your next 7 days, basically, with the Emerald Collective. Big thanks and much love to our Technomancer Christian, who is Lord and Master of the Tech Dungeon, for keeping us on the air and looking sharp, and of course, fireballing the trolls and goblins that sometimes find their way into chat to bother us. If you'd like to show your appreciation to the man behind the curtains of ones and zeros, you can scroll down the page where you'll find the Tip the Technomancer button and drop him a few bob. Our appreciation also goes out to our wonderful Twitch mods, who are the fastest fingers in the West when the banhammer is required, and we love you all. Of course, what you just saw, an amazing battle map, but I would like to thank Kate from It's a Map for her killer cartography. Kate is responsible for all of the amazing maps you see right here in the Sopherone Saga, and you can find her on all the socials as at It's a Map IRE, and her commissions are currently open. All of the music we use, this lovely Wizard Star music, is up in the jukebox in Roll20 on Tabletop Audio. You can also go to the website and figure out what you need to get from there. I think a lot of the stuff is pretty much free. So anyway, let's meet our wonderful players, shall we? Fortunately, we're missing our Barbarian and Life Cleric, Scales and Mazzella tonight, so let's start with Jean. Welcome back, my friend.
How's everyone? Yeah, great to be back. I'm Jean. I play Lamud, the half-orc druid. I got to put away my backup character, luckily earlier today. So yeah, I'm glad to be back. It's going to be fun racing my way back to Artex to see what is going on, what these idiots have gotten themselves into now.
To see who is alive and who is not. Okay, let's move on to Carrick.
Hey, I'm Karg and I play Ren Oram, our resident pyromaniac transmutation wizard who has kind of quit, I guess, essentially. He signed up with a legal adventuring board and we'll find out where that goes because I have no idea.
So, speaking about who's alive and who's dead, I now have access to resurrection.
What?
And it's been less than 10 days. So if anyone's dead...
resurrection?
Raytek's been...
Oh, sorry, reincarnation.
Oh,
is it reincarnation? What's it called?
Reincarnation,
no, it is...
Revivify?
Reincarnate.
How does that work?
You roll a D100 and change races.
Yes.
Really? Oh shit!
I mean, if we need a bullshit way to regrow Ren's ear, I suppose I'll take the bullet.
Re-ear incarnate.
Just kill him and reincarnate him.
Okay, cool.
But we'll kill him, leave him dead for 9.5 days, just to get some peace and quiet.
And cast speak with Dad and go, do you want to come back? Do you want to come back? We might not, you know.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Moving on to Stephen. What? Stephen, you're back. You're up. Sorry.
This evening, I usually play the single half of the Brothers Grimm Orixium. But this evening, I will be playing both halves. So I am full Grimm this evening, as my brother from another mother cannot make it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Johnny, you're up.
Hello everyone, I play Derek, a Grave Cleric Dwarf that's still sweating everybody with their long legs.
Thank you very much. And finally, last but not least, Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe. I play Robert. He is a human rogue, and he likes to throw daggers and stuff, and also draw stuff. So we'll see if there's anything cool to draw today.
Nice. Okay, cool. Now, with all that out of the way, let's do a quick recap before we dive into tonight's episode of the Sopherone Saga. So, having traveled to the winter city of Artex, the party ran afoul of the Thieves Guild known as the Chain. However, having cleared the lower levels of their sewers of a monster infestation, they're now, they may be out of the bad books and possibly into the good books. Whoever in the good books of the Thieves Guild, we'll find out. Meanwhile, the parents of the Brothers Grimm both left the city, while the two men were away and recently received a letter implying that their mortal enemy, agent of the Crown Valdor, may have come into contact with Mazzella's mother. As Mazzella made his way through the city of Artax, with his brother Orixium by his side, happened to spy his longtime mentor and temple senior, Guardian Berethia, walking down the temple steps, arms linked and laughing with none other than the party's nemesis, Valdor himself. But for now, I'm glad Lamud's not back. But for now, they have a deal to go. So you've already completed the deal with the Chain, so that's forgot that part. So, just what has Scales been up to in the mysterious Arcanist district? Just how charming is Valdor when he doesn't want you dead? And how long until we find out whether the complimentary magical quill Ren received is cursed? Only one way to find out. Play some D&D. Okay, cool. So I'm going to move you over to the city of Artax. Zip, zap, skibbity, bop. There we go. Rightio. So there is a heavy snow falling now. There's not that much of a wind. Orixium and Mazzella, as you walk past the temple district, you're oh, you are incorrigible, Berethia. You're incorrigible. And Berethia goes, oh, I know you're a bit of a naughty one yourself now, Valdor. Hey, hurry, we're still open now for a little bit of grub, and we'll so don't worry, it's on the temple. We've got you covered. And Orixium, you look and you see them walking down arm in arm. Let's see. Let me drag out Guardian Berethia here. Characters, NPCs, Guardian Berethia, zip zap skibbity bap. There she is. Everyone likes. Sort of weirdly into Guardian Berethia. Here's a little shift Z of Guardian Berethia. One of those. She's a half orc warrior lady, and yeah. So let's give her a little. Where's our thing gone? There we go. It's opening up now. Let's give her a little perception check to see if she sees you guys coming. Boo, 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 boo.
Do we see them before she sees us?
I think you would, because they're laughing and they're laughing and joking. That's a 16. If you want to say that you're stealthing, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say the moment I see Valder, I will.
No,
To...
I will say it's just Erixium and Mazzello that are.
Oh, okay. So we're not there. Okay,
No,
fantastic.
no.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. That's
wonderful.
Well,
okay. Yeah.
I severely doubt that even in the snowy streets of Artex that two heavily armored, clinking, clankering holy warriors can stealth.
I mean, you can certainly try.
No.
Okay,
But
cool.
I do think the second Erixium spots Valder linked with Baratheon, time comes to an almost complete stop.
Yeah.
Like the snow itself stops.
Yeah.
And probably imperceivable to anyone who wasn't directly staring at him, but Erixium's electric blue dragon eyes, like blood veins, start to leak in from the outsides like a corruption.
Yeah.
As just the thoughts of decimating Valder corrupt his mind, and as soon as they come, there's like a wave as his protective aura banishes it and his eyes return. As he puts his hand across Mazzello to hold him back.
And as you do, as that moment washes over you, again hear that voice, that silky, smooth voice in your head of your previous patron going, "Kill him. I can give you the power. You have the power. All you have to do is ask for it. Once again, pledge yourself to me."
I think hearing the voices, his hand on the hilt maybe tarnishes slightly from its perfect platinum to like a dank, but then as the aura goes off, it repels as Bahamut saves him from the corruption.
So as you're walking down the stairs, you can see now, they both spot you at the same time. Guardian Barathea, you can see she's like, her face is like, and then, but you can see Valder, a large smile just crosses his face, and you can see he goes, well, Guardian Barathea, shall our old friends be joining us for dinner? Erixium, Mazzello, so great to see you. How are you both today?
As you look at
Guardian
Mazzello's
Barathea.
face,
Yeah.
sorry.
Go on.
As you look at Mazzello's face, he's biting his bottom lip so hard he's almost drawing blood.
Yeah.
As he was already extremely wound up by what has just occurred at Ren. But he's holding himself back because he's come to the realization after a late night talk with Barathea that, you know, some things have to be done certain ways. But Erixium will say, Valder, hello. What do we owe your visit this evening?
It's the gruff one, is it? Hello. And he walks down the steps. He puts a hand on your shoulder in greeting. And don't worry, you don't need a wisdom saving throw or anything. He
You might want to check his hand out, Spike Pauldrons.
oh shit. And he puts his hand carefully on your shoulder, and he says, "How great's the gruff one, is it? How great to see you." And I wonder how you've been. Are you well?
He tries.
You must be Erixium, is that right?
He tries so hard to keep his composure and not use the actor feat to mock him using his own voice.
Yeah.
But he'll say, "Oh, I have been just fine, thank you. I haven't had any evil wraiths following me from behind."
Well, that's all we can ask. That's all we can ask for, isn't it? And you must be Mazzello, isn't it? Mazzello. Yeah. Good to see you as well.
A pleasure as always, Valda. I'm sure my father has great things he wishes to say with you.
Your father, yes. Well, how's your mother doing? I hear she's having some fun down in wine country, is she?
So we believe, but I have not spoken to my mother in some time.
Can I? Okay. And he says, Well, that's a lie. Because no, it's not a lie. Because he got a letter. He didn't speak to her. That's fair.
Every time he repairs the spell, we end up using it for something else.
Yeah. Valder kind of looks over at Rixium and he says, where are we off to tonight then?
Oh, nowhere special? Anywhere you recommend?
Having a pray, are we?
We are members of the church, Valder. We pray regardless of the time of day. For we are the blessed of Bahamut, and we serve him and him alone.
So listen, wasn't this guy with the brother's mom? Very recently he was down in Wine Country. Yeah. He absolutely was down in Wine Country, which is the very southern tip of the continent of Sopherone. It's lovely and warm down there. Beautiful vineyards and great soil. And so he was, and now he's here. Well, I mean, maybe magic, maybe not. Who knows? And you can see as he looks at Guardian Baratheon, he is eager to be out of here, and I don't need any sort of insight checks for that. And he kind of looks you over. He looks at Erixium and he says, "Well, Mizalu, I will. I hope to bump into you soon. Then." Yes. And he goes, and he looks at Guardian Breath and he goes, is it time to go?
Yes, Baratheon, why don't you bring your companion for a drink and show him the sights and the sounds?
And Guardian Baratheon says, right, yeah, great to see you. That's the wrong accent. She goes, right, we've got restaurant reservations there now. So I hope you guys are gonna have a good night. If then do come and talk to me in the morning, I've got some news for you. And Valder looks at Erixium again and he goes, he says, well, Miss Ella, I shall see you soon. No doubt. And yes, best of luck.
Enjoy your dinner. And make sure you get home safe.
And he comes back and he goes, and he kind of leans in a little bit to Erixium and he goes, he says, don't worry, I will. And then he just scoots off. When they begin to walk, you can see Guardian Baratheon looking over her shoulder and sort of shaking her head. What would you like to do?
I'll let them go.
Let them go?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah. It's not the time or the place to start in a King's Guard in full view of the entire district outside the temple.
Hey.
A fireball explodes down the street in the direction they walked.
Yeah. Okay, let's move over to Darak, who is over in the Temple of the Raven Queen, and our friend. Let me pull out my notes. Do. Yeah. So as you enter the Temple of the Raven Queen, again, you find yourself walking up. It is this large black structure with this shining, polished, almost mirror-like surface. And again, as you walk up, you see the reflection of every other part of the city there, but you don't see your own reflection as you walk up, and it is rather quite disturbing, almost reminding you of that legend of vampires not casting a reflection in the in a mirror. As you walk up again, the doors just do these massive onyx doors just begin to, and one of them just barely grinds aside as you walk up for you to enter. And as you walk in, everything it's incredibly quiet now at this stage. There doesn't seem to be any of these sort of acolytes or anyone working in the temple or moving around. And As you walk in, you can hear a very, very faint sort of lapping of that water against like this massive black pool against this sort of the steps in the edge of there. As you walk in, you do see the this high priest again walking out, just covered head to toe in this black gauze-like material. And he walks out and he says, you've returned.
But my volume just got out. Just say again. What did he say?
Yeah, he notices you walking in and he goes, I see you've returned.
Yes, I have. It's not really. I say this.
He says, I have some news for you.
What news?
Seems there has been some sort of matron, the Raven Queen herself, has taken issue with these brothers Grimm. The Raven Queen herself has issued instructions. And he kind of looks at you and he goes, were you there in the Temple of the Platinum Dragon, the tomb of Sir Richard, when one of them defied her clutches, one of them escaped her grasp, her embrace, did a deal with another god or some being of power to avoid her clutches? She is angry.
Can't blame her.
You were there, weren't you? In that fight where we had the reverse gravity, and it was a massive ceiling. I do believe Dark was there.
Dark would have been there.
Yeah, and
Need a clutch moment.
And he's definitely referring to that moment where something happened where almost everyone was in the shit, and all of a sudden, Mizella returned with wings. And you could see, and he's definitely sort of implying that whatever was done defied the natural order of things, and the Raven Queen was expecting several souls that day, and they did not come her way. And he's saying, this has trickled down into temple politics, and there may come a time, Derek, where you will be instructed to facilitate the demise.
Whatever the Raven Queen requests, we have to follow.
This is what I wish to hear from you. Pocket that information, Derek. Return, keep tabs on them. I expect weekly reports on where they are and what they are doing. Our mistress demands recompense.
I will do as you ask, and that's what the Raven Queen requests.
Very well. And as you almost before you're finished that reply, he's turned his back. That black and grey gauze-like material, just like almost like funereal gown, just wafting, flowing behind him as he walks off. And then he almost walks into one of the shadows of the pillars, and then is just gone. And you hear behind you one of those heavy gates sort of open a little bit more, almost as if inviting your departure or suggesting that now is the time for you to leave this place.
Derek will then turn around and just walk out and just process.
All right, your mic is a little bit low, Jonathan. I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. That's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Moving on, Lamud. After you defeat this creature, you find yourself in wild-shaped form. I assume flying.
Yep. Basically gonna
soaring
over the
through
city.
the air. And I will pop you over to the to this map here.
But this time not giant eagle because might get shot down by the town guard. So just normal bird, swallow, something.
An Arctic swallow.
Yes.
So this is roughly where this earlier combat would have taken place, and you find yourself flying over these jagged peaks, and with this like heavy weather and almost a sleet storm buffeting your wings, where you manage to maybe just lower your elevation, your altitude, and fly along. The city of Artex now in your sights, and you for the first time you see this city is not a prison or a repugnant place to be, but maybe a place of opportunity, but one maybe that you still mightn't wish to spend too much time in. But it doesn't have the sort of oppressive and overpowering feeling that it used to have. And you speed closer and closer to the city, your wings spread.
The smell of fresh, tingling num-nums in the air.
Yep.
Indeed. And with that, we're going to move over to back to the city of Artax. And we're going to move over to Carrig, who is playing Ren tonight. Ren, I do believe you were having a drink in a pub.
I was muted. Ren was in the pub. I don't remember which one. It's not in my notes. With the former blue-haired elf girl that then dressed up like a pirate that Ren sort of threatened, but then I think they were talking about getting him into the Arcanus district somehow.
Yeah. And so as we sort of move scenes over to there, this small pub with it's got lots of nooks and crannies and snugs and stuff like that. It's one of these one level pubs, almost like a bungalow that's been that was like 4 or 5 terrace houses that have been bought up and knocked through, and you can see now it's like steps up and steps down, but it's still roughly in the same level. There is no upstairs or downstairs, or possibly there's a basement, you haven't seen it. And there's about 3 or 4 heavy turf and peat fires burning there. And
so roaches.
Pretty much, yeah. And as you walk in and sit down with you're sitting down, she's sitting there beside you, opposite you, and she's don't punch sparrows. They need all the energy to fly south for the winter, says Ember. Says John. It's a Thursday night reference. And she looks at you and she goes, so what do you want in? Why do you want into this district? I forgot what voice I was using for it. It's been like a month.
Well, Ren's gonna not like a flash of magic, but he's just gonna do a few quick sparks across his hand. He's like, I'm a wizard. It's kind of natural for me to be curious about the magic and furthering my knowledge, don't you think? It's essentially it. Also, I've reason to believe one of my friends are missing, and I'd kind of like to have a look around.
All right. Yeah. I remember her voice now. So she looks at you and she goes, it's all right. And the place is run by some pretty top brass wizards. And
would I know, with my background, of the names of any of these higher up wizards?
No, what they are, they are called the Senior Council. That's all you know.
Senior Council.
And as you sit there with her, she's like, 1 second now. She looks at you and she says, right. I could possibly ever put in a word with him. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But why should I?
As the saying goes, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'm sure you. I'm a registered adventurer now, I guess. I'm sure you may have some use.
Registered adventurer, is it?
Oh yeah, you were there. I signed the contract. She was there when he signed the contract. She was sitting in the other booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Registered adventurer. Well, I've got no need for that right now. But I'll tell you what. if you want to say that you officially owe me a favor, I might be able to put you in a good word. Or if there's anything you need from the Arcanist District, I can certainly pop in and get it for you.
Bit of both. I mean, I was talking to what was his name, Gobthor, about he has a job for us. Gobthor. Yeah, for he wants us to fucking find an adamantine shipment and somehow get it back to Artex. I'm sure I don't need to explain to you how heavy that shit is.
Yes,
so I mean, some magic chalks might be helpful for, and access to a magic circle might be helpful for getting it back in. You know, the teleportation circle type stuff.
You can cast that, can you?
I can. Well, in theory.
I certainly pop in and get that for you. Yeah, let's just say, all right, I'll do that. I'll pop in and get that for you. Then you owe me a favor.
Deal. Start those hands.
Yeah, and yeah, her hand is very cold in this warm
familiarly suspicious way, or no? No, okay.
It's just quite cold, and she has been kind of warming her hands quite a bit. As she's, it might look like a nervous tick or whatever, but she is kind of very, very busy with the hands and stuff like that. And the odd time she'd flash out like a dagger or a playing card or something like that, and she seems to need to be doing something with her hands all the time. And as she kind of like just reaches out and shakes your hand, yeah, it does. It's very cold, and she says, "All right, well, why don't you stay here? Then I'll pop back with you." And magic chalks, is it?
Yeah, they're like worth 50 gold piece, and Ren will
actually. I need 50 gold pieces from you.
Yep, toss them out.
All right, clink clink. She just swipes them away and puts them under her black leather jacket thing, coat, and she just gone. And she turns around and says, "Wait here, or else I'll see you back at the house if you're not here. No problem." And then she's gone.
Live?
What?
Oh no, Ren's not like after she leaves. It's like she knows where what?
She definitely knows where you live.
You know, Ren is aware she knows way more about him than he knows about her. But you know, time and a place to ask questions.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So she walks off.
Has a girlfriend.
We're back with Rowan and who else? Rowan and so yeah, I see Rowan's back in the house.
Robert.
Sorry, I just looked up at Rowan there. Yeah, sorry, Robert. Yeah,
right.
Robert, you're back in the house. You're on your own. There's nobody here. Boothby is there, and Boothby's he's the house servant for the Brothers Grimm, and he's this long, tall, bald, and sort of dark or light grey looking creature, and he's just sitting there in the main sort of front room, the sitting room, with his roaring fire going, and he's like sitting with his hands just on his knees crossed there, and he's just looking at you. It's pretty awkward.
I take my things and, for the first time in a really long time, try and go find a spot to sit down and maybe get some writing done since I'm alone here.
Yeah, no problem. That's very easy to do. There's like plenty of rooms and stuff like that.
But as I'm doing that, I start to get a little bit curious about our nightly companions. Is there any, like, is this like their house where they grew up in?
It would have been one of them, yeah. Well, not Erixium, as far as I know. You would have
Summers.
Summers, yeah. But yeah, Mazellu, this would be the city townhouse. There is a summer, sort of not palace, but it's a summer sort of manor that they have, and so on and so forth. But yeah, they would have spent a lot of time here. And you would know that there is the party would have spoken about hearing a voice coming from the. Do you know what? Let's move over to the house here.
Oh.
Hearing a voice coming from
you fucking
coming from. Here we go. Artex townhouse. Let's move over.
Fucking do it.
And yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Screaming of many paladins fighting a bunch of demons coming from the circle.
So I'm gonna leave everyone. There's Gobdaw. I'm going to move you all out, and I'm going to say that Boothby and yourself, I'm going to drag you in there. There's Erixium's little aura. As you're sitting, there's Boothby.
Where am I?
Yeah, I'm going to drag you in now. Don't worry about it. Let me just grab you. Yeah, I'm just make sure you're not on another floor. No. Okay, cool. And again, this map is done with the awesome It's a Map. So thank you, Kate, for being so amazing and patient with me.
Oh, I remember this guy.
NPCs, where are characters? Move that up. Robert St. Cooper, I'm going to drop you in here, and I'm going to shift ping you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
my map is really small because I only have one screen today.
That's okay, no worries. And I'm going to put you there, and you were opposite, and Boothby's there, and he's just looking at you, and it's real like look at each other and do like one of these. And you're sitting there, and he's like already asked you if you want a cup of tea or you want something to eat.
I'm good.
You've almost been too polite, even though you can feel maybe a slight rumbling in your stomach. You're just like too polite to ask for anything, and he's just there, and he goes, you look over the fire. There's a crack in the like a pop of the wood in the fire, and he look at it, and you look at it, and you look back at each other, and like.
Oh yeah, I've been in this situation in real life multiple times, and usually my go-to is to just leave the room.
yeah. And he kind of shifts his weight, and the couch creaks and makes a noise. It's almost like a fart, and he kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh," and So you're gonna you're gonna get up and leave then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go leave with the mindset of finding a place to sit down where maybe I can try to write some stuff.
Yeah, you can certainly move up.
But as
anywhere you like, yeah.
But as I start moving, I start getting curious if maybe I can glean a little insight into kind of like the childhood they had, or one of them had. Is there? And I'll take some time to snoop.
No worries. So as you move through this this bottom floor here, you can see now this carpet beneath your feet is well worn, and it's been it's quite old, but it is still sort of very well made and would have been considered antique. Obviously, they're not too worried about what's the word? Not conserving it or keeping it in pristine condition. They're just it's just there on the floor. As you look into your left there, you can see there is a kind of a dining room. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seats there, and you would imagine that the husband would sit there and the wife would sit at the other end of the table and so on and so forth. But as you look in here, you can see there is a very, very well-worn kitchen and well-used kitchen. And from the time you spent there, Boothby takes pride in the food that he makes, and and this seems to be where like Boothby would spend most of his time.
Okay.
Feel free to move up. If you move up, then you will go over to. If you move up, then you'll move your token over to here. I'm not sure if you can see that.
I want to actually kind of move slowly and snoop intently for things like hidden rooms where they torture servants or
non-believers.
Dark diaries or anything.
Okay, no, well, I mean, you're. This is something you've done before. This is something that you've done before, and you would imagine that there's not much to be found on the ground floors.
Yeah, I'll move throughout the whole house if you.
Okay, so if you're gonna move up, I'm gonna move you over to. You would come up these stairs here, and I'm gonna shift ping you. You're now here. As you walk up now, you can see these rooms and the 2 bathrooms here. Would have been heavily used by the guests. I do like during the break-in. I think Ren was staying in here, and so on and so forth. But as you walk up, were you further up?
Ren was, I think he was on the next floor up.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, well, some of you.
There's a smashed window in the Ren's room there. Anyways, I think it's.
Yeah, as you kind of head up, there's not a lot to be found there. I'm going to move you up to the 3rd floor. And as you make it up to the 3rd floor, you can see now that up here would have been definitely where Eryxium was staying. Sorry, where Mazzelli was staying. But this door here is locked, and it looks like it probably would have been here. Sorry, shift ping. This probably would have been the master's chambers. So, if you want to.
Is it trapped? And I'll take the time to make sure whether or not it's trapped.
You can certainly do that. Okay, so let's say I get an investigation check.
If I take longer than 6 seconds, I have advantage.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Investigation check. Sorry, I haven't seen the Roll20 sheet in a while. There we go.
That's a 26. You can see that there are 2 traps in this door, but they are currently not. They haven't been activated. One is a series of metal spikes that would come out of the ball door handle that you twist, and that would shoot into your hand, and they're long enough that they would shoot out of your hand, and you can smell the very, very familiar scent of poison on them. Another one is there looks to be some sort of arcane device or something that's been worked into the handle where you can at will activate a glyph of warding. And if it goes off, it doesn't have to be recharged. You can just activate it again and again and again. But it does take a little bit of time. But you don't have to recast the glyph of warding, if you get me. But they are both not active, as Mazzello is staying here. I don't think Mazzello understands how to sort of reactivate that glyph of warding.
So Robert will put his hand on the doorknob and then seem to linger for a while, listen if he can hear in the house where the other guy is, and then let go of the door handle.
Did you just get up and leave, or did you say anything?
I just stood up and left.
Okay, so you just got up and left, no problem at all. He kind of just sits there, and his eyes followed you out, and he's saying,
I'll go that way.
yeah.
Anyway.
Do you close the door behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I would say give me a perception check then, just to see if you hear whether the door has been opened or closed downstairs.
Okay.
Secret tunnels, excuse me.
Secret tunnel.
It is a secret tunnel.
Perception check, right?
Perception, yeah, just to see. $23. Doesn't seem to be any movement from downstairs whatsoever. That worries.
Okay,
that
so
kind of worries.
I was gonna open the door, but then I kind of decide against it. As much as I would like to snoop,
You're I
kind of owe at least one nice thing to Mazzello, because he kind of uncursed me, so I'm not gonna snoop in his room.
You hear a thump from up these stairs.
A thump?
Yeah.
I will draw my daggers immediately.
Okay, so we can move you. If you wish,
I'll move to check it out, but I'll be ready to run if I
you want
need
to move
to.
over to these stairs here. This is where you.
Okay, let me just zoom out a bit to grab the token.
I can move you over. Here you go.
Oh, I can't move through these walls.
I got
You'll
you.
have to move me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You walk up, you can see now that there's a book here that has just simply been somehow fallen off the shelf.
I will try to sniff the air to see if I can smell someone. I am not.
Let's get a
I'm not
perception
Geralt of
check.
Rivia, but I'll try.
That floor is severely damaged by
It is.
fire.
It's heavily damaged by fire, as there was a fire up here. Yeah, you can smell the scent of burnt wood as well, which may interfere with your perception check. That was a 23, was it, or was it?
No,
We need another roll. Yeah, that's okay.
22.
That is 22. Unfortunately, the DC for this to smell somebody over that burnt wood is quite high. But you do hear, as you walk up here, you hear a voice in your head. Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Please help. Please. I need your help.
What's the medieval way of saying new phone, who this? Because I don't know about any of this. I wasn't here
No.
for
Who
this.
is this? I
don't-
sent somebody. Is there somebody there? Is Mazzello Senior, is that you? I don't have much longer here. Gods, I think they're coming.
I don't trust it.
Why not? Why would you not?
It's in my head. I don't like voices in my head.
Why would you not trust a strange voice in your head? You go back downstairs.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
I'm not getting
You're
cursed
just like
again.
fucking smoke bombing out of there.
You're fine.
Does Robert sneak down the stairs or does he just walk down them?
Yeah, that's what I want
Just
to know.
walk down the stairs.
You're just like just walking up
Just
to a
turn
complete,
around like nope.
complete 180. Nope, and then back down the stairs. And
I'm gonna sit back and look at the weird guy.
yeah. So in your head as you walk down the stairs, it is definitely there's a range of say telepathy from whatever is talking to you, because as soon as you leave whatever distance it's gone, and it's almost like someone's like a band have stopped playing at the same time, or a singer has just stopped mid phrase or something like that, and he's like, "Please don't go, please don't. I need you." Let's go.
Oh, damn it. I'm torn between being creeped out and feeling bad. No, I don't trust strange voices in my head. I've had enough of that for a while.
Good job, Randy Orton.
RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'll go sit back down and then I'll awkwardly look at what's his face again.
Boothby, yeah. So as you
remember his
walk
name.
down the stairs and I'm gonna move you back, I'm gonna move you up here. As you walk in and sorry, 1 second now. I'm gonna move you back. Sorry about that. There we go. Here we go. So you walk back in. Boothby is still sitting there. I mean, you can move your token any which way you like, and he's just kind of looking at you, and he's, well, sir, can I make you a sandwich, or would you like to read a book?
You know, a sandwich actually sounds fantastic.
Reenact
that
a
would-
play together, or
I'm not much of a play guy, sorry.
do you need any? Is the master? Has he assigned a room to you? Just
No. I'm just kind of waiting for them to get back. But the only thing I really, really need is just some peace and quiet to sit and think.
I see. Well, so why don't you take the dining room if you wish to write, or do whatever you need to do. I can arrange.
Yeah,
We
I'll
can
do-
close
I'll do
door.
that.
No problem, sir. And as he kind of heads off, he goes, and he stops and he walks back in. He goes, "Oh, sir, do be careful. Some of these rooms are, well, quite personal to the master of the house, and
I will try to not touch anything other than the chair I'm sitting on. So
generally, that was a fucking hell of an entrance, you bollocks."
Kind of scary.
Jesus Christ. That was my wife coming barging in through the door. Go on out, you. Yeah, and as he kind of leaves, he says, yes, one or two of the doors may have some sort of protective devices on them. And he kind
I
of
wouldn't know.
arches his eyebrow and kind of looks at you and then walks off. And he goes off to make a sandwich.
One does not simply bullshit Boothby.
Yeah. And you are left, and he has given you the free round of this and the free one of this here. He's dining room
Yeah.
here, and after, yep.
I'm literally just going to sit down and try to think about something to write, but I've been struggling with some writer's block for quite a while.
No worries. Okay, cool. So you can move your token in there, and we are back to Orixium and Mazelli. What are you guys up to?
That is an excellent question.
And they are literally about to head off. Sorry, I should have brought you back to. Yeah, we're at the temple thing here. Two of them are about to head off from the temple district. They're looking back. Guardian Berethia kind of giving you a no shake. I mean, that doesn't mean that you have to do what she says.
But they've dinner reservations and they're heading towards the squatters in the trade district. So where would they be going?
You would imagine that they're probably taking the scenic route. They're maybe walking past the trade district to possibly head around the long way. all of these temples are quite the sight, and you know, any sort of visitors would be kind of generally just shown around the temple district. You would imagine that she's probably just going to do a little bit of a kind of a jobby here, where it's like
a bit of a loop back around to the
guild district where most of the best restaurants are, and they'll probably head in this way.
Mizelu will probably look around to see. Does it appear? What's with traders? The people in the street. Does it look like any of them could be a personal guard or are with Valor in any way? Like, you know, somebody standing with newspaper like this with the eyes over it. Or...
Okay, give me a perception check or investigation. You can. I'm going to say perception.
Okay, good.
Dave.
Yeah.
I just want to say, is it okay if I actually decide not to try and write and just go look for someone I know, which would be the only person would be Ren?
You can certainly do that. Yeah, no problem at all. I would say before we go back to Rexium, give me an investigation check. Let's see how long this takes.
I'd say it'd be fairly common sense that Ren would have ended up in a bar somewhere at the stage of now. Well, Robert knows him.
Investigation. Pretty okay at that. I don't know, unless I roll like crap.
That's a 30.
That's a 30.
You've often heard Ren talk about a bar that he walked by, and he's mentioned maybe once or twice, but like he's probably mentioned it once or twice. But it's called the Kinky Quill, and he was just like, it's something that he was like, well, I might check out that place before.
That might have stuck with me for particular reasons.
Too much time has passed. You would know the Kinky Quill. It's kind of like it's a very. It's somewhere you know well, because it's a lot of authors and writers and sometimes wizards hang out there, but it's very sort of there's a bit of a writing community there, and not writing, or maybe both, for folks that do write sort of those smutty novels and stuff like that. So somewhere that you would have been before, but it had the word quill in it, and Ren was like, oh, I'm gonna check that place out. It might not be exactly what he thought it would be when he got there. So I'm going to say it doesn't take you long at all, maybe half an hour to find that place and to track him down. Back to Valder, Berethia, Mizelu, and Erexium. You had 16 perception.
16, yeah.
You look around, and now you do see what looks standing up here at the top of the steps here. You do notice that there are maybe one or two of these sort of heavily plated, wearing black and ashen plate. And carrying these massive mauls, who are standing beside the regular temple guard and sort of looking down. And then with your 16 perception, you notice that there is someone walking a little bit sort of at a sort of dallying pace, close enough, maybe 15-20 feet from Valder Berethia.
And do they hold any not individual features, but distinctive features?
They're clad in a black cloak and look to be wearing dark leathers.
So leathers and a cloak. Because Wraith kind of stood out like a sore thumb.
It's definitely not undead Wraith or fundead Wraith or resurrected Wraith. So yeah, definitely not Wraith.
But he was a Goliath, and he had a lot of very identifiable features. Does this person just look like standard?
They would be like maybe 5'2", and quite thin. So it's definitely not a Goliath anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I mean yeah. It was a 5'2".
And they do move with all undead are fundead, says John. Making pens is great business. Back in the olden days, couldn't but make a quilling in that business. Hey, so yeah, as you see them move through, give me an insight check, because it seems surprising that you would spot somebody like this that generally doesn't want to be spotted. So as you look, an 18 for insight, you get the impression that this person almost revealed themselves to you when they spotted you. Having a look around, and then you kind of look back at Guardian Berethia again, and you look back, and Well, your last perception was 16. I mean, 1 second now. I rolled a GM on that. There we go. GM roll. Tips up, skitty bap. Yeah. You look back and they're gone. Almost like they were like, you know, they wanted you to know someone was there.
Yeah, like the tail exposes themselves to reveal intention.
And Valder's looking back and goes, "Well, are you going to join? Are you going to join us?"
Oh, would it be sick if we said yes?
You can see Guardian Breath that she tenses up. She goes, "Well, you think we'll just leave it with just the two of us, Valder? Don't you think?" And he goes, "No, I'm sure I'd like to learn more about your friends."
Oh no, I couldn't intrude on a personal evening. You see, I myself was attempting to court the fine Berethia, but I will not stand on their toes as she has chosen them.
You can see she kind of her half
Ever seen an orc blush?
green skin. It does blush a little bit, almost, and it's hard to tell. Like, are her cheeks sort of? Is the blood rushing to her cheeks through anger and outrage, or is she actually blushing? But as she looks over her shoulder at you, you can see that Valder goes, "Oh, this ain't. This is no courting. Never. I mean, I'm a true professional, innit?"
Aren't we all? But on our nights off in a strange city, things can happen. I'm sure when the wine flows, Valder, you're more than aware of what can happen.
I don't touch a drink. I don't touch a drink. Well,
Neither do
good
I.
night.
Enjoy your dinner.
And they head off. I think that is a good place to take our break. As Guardian Berethia and Valder head off. Welcome back to part two of the Sopherone Saga, episode 52. As we just rejoin our brothers Grimm, as Baratheon and Valdar just take their leave. Valdar seeming to be a little bit strange this time around. Maybe his accent slipping once or twice, which one of our players noticed. But the characters didn't notice, but I'm sure Rixium noticed a little bit as well. As they head off, it's up to you guys. What are you up to?
Well, I think the only thing for Rixium and Mazelus to do now is to head home.
Okay.
Go back and regroup and think about the endless ways to make Ren regret his decisions of blasphemy against the church.
Okay, cool. Speaking of that, Ren and Robert, you find Ren sitting there in the Kinky Quill, this low-ceilinged tavern with lots of steps up and steps down and nooks and crannies and things like that. The fire's burning bright here. The smell of peat and turf and the smell of sweat and sawdust and plentiful hormones. This is quite the familiar place and quite the place for folks who write smutty novels to hang out and sort of exchange ideas and possibly fantasies. Who knows?
I think Robert has wanted to visit this place as long as he's been here, but he hasn't actually been here.
Yeah, as you walk in, Robert, you can see that like straight ahead of you is the bar, or like one of them, and then to your right is steps down and this sort of like higgledy-piggledy corridor, and then it opens up into almost like rooms of a house, and then it expands into this large area like with a central fire and stuff like that. Will be the second fire you see as you walk through. But as you walk through, you do see there's lots of framed book covers from famous authors, and you do see one or two of your own there, Robert. As you walk in here, are you trying to disguise yourself, or are you walking?
I mean, I look very strange, different from how I usually look. So maybe I don't try to disguise myself because I'm not shaved, and I'm scarred, and I have silver hair. I'm kind of starting to look like Geralt, but I'm not at all bulky enough to look like Geralt.
Let's give it a 20. Anything over an 18 you recognize. Oh, as you walk in and you can see there's this middle-aged woman, maybe about 55 there, and she's got this sort of grey salt and pepper hair, which is sort of tied. It's part of the middle and it's tied back, and it's in a kind of a long loose plait, and she's wearing what looks like maybe would have been a going out dress 15-20 years ago. It's well worn and it's been, it's patched up and whatever, but you get the impression that this is definitely her good dress, and she's behind the bar and she's chatting away and real flirty and real nice, and she says she sees you coming and she's oh my days, is it really you?
I look over my shoulder for the person he's talking to.
He's talking to you.
Oh shit!
Behind enemy lines is my favorite. And you hear someone behind enemy lines. Behind, is it you? And then two other people run up. Oh my god!
I'd say just by if just 3 people end up looking at Robert, he'll turn the actual color of a tomato.
Yeah, and he's like, and they're kind of like, please, are you going to stay here long? I'll run off and get my copy if you could sign it.
Sure.
I'm just a day's travel outside the city. I can go and get it.
I don't know how long I'm going to be here. If I'm still here, I don't see why not.
And you can see that they're almost torn between leaving and staying, and then one of them goes, you're probably not going to be here. Well, right, just sign my chest. And he rips his shirt open, and he just wants you to sign. You can see like he's a kind of a heavy set, maybe 40-year-old man, and he's like he's not in the best of health, and he just rips his shirt open. He's got this like patchy lumps of hair.
Robert knows what he has to do.
Yeah,
I don't have a pen that is like a Koki pen. I have a ink quill pen, which they require some pressure to actually make
Just
ink.
Whip out your blade and shave his chest hair with your initial.
He says, "I'll take it. Please, just sign my
I
chest."
basically, kind of lightly scarred this man to.
Yes, and he's thank you so much. Oh, Behind Enemy Lines, and that's one of my favorite books. And then he looks at the woman behind the bar and he goes, "Where's the nearest tattoo parlor?"
Wouldn't put if Ren like in near this situation or something. Ren will like slightly lean forward and be like, "Would not put ink in that if I were you." That's gonna I can cauterize it so that it leaves a burn scar of the initials, I guess.
I don't need your opinion. And he looks over to the woman and she says, "Well, right, it's just down the street there. If you're looking to get it done cheap, I'd say head to the trade district. Don't go to Squalors. You're going to catch something there." And then he
don't know where
runs
Robert's
off.
pen's
He
been.
leaves the place like straight away and he's gone. Rowan and Ren, Robert and Ren, you are together.
That would be Robert's signature.
Did Robert clean off his writing equipment after the time in the sewers?
Robert's writing equipment is always in immaculate condition.
Yeah.
So Ren probably just has like some sort of short, like whiskey or something like that, and he'll kind of look at Robert and be like, "What's up?"
Yeah, I'm kind of here to get hammered. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
You can see Ren's had a few.
Yeah.
And
Robert has almost never drank in his life, so.
All right.
I don't think
Robert and Ren out of the town.
Ren was never struck.
He was
by
not struck?
Mizelli. He was picked up, but Mizelli missed the attack.
You were putting against the wall.
He missed the attack. Ren thunder waved him off, and then there was a scuffle.
Yeah, you can see now that Ren is there, and he's like he looks wound up a little bit still, and he's not his usual self.
I would say he's very clearly like, if someone bumps off him, there's like, you'd be wondering, is he gonna punch him? No, he's not.
Okay.
So fucking, you've never drank?
No, I have drank before,
but
it's usually like a beer. So so I order something strong, and you can see. I got this. Ren's gonna look at the the menu, and he's gonna be like, "What's the first proper drink?" So he's gonna try go through, or if there's a menu or the selection behind the bar, and he's gonna see which would be probably the funniest.
The funniest one would be the most expensive one would be that bottle. It's this thick glassed red bottle with looks like there's mushrooms growing the inside of it, and you can see small fairies that are flying around inside. And you've seen this before. That if you buy this bottle, they shake it up, and it basically liquidizes the whole little ecosystem inside. And you can see what would be those little mushroom vertical cities and these tiny little fairies floating around. They would shake it up for a good while, and you could drink it and there would be some interesting effects.
Ren's not going to genocide the Fae. That seems like a bad idea.
It's not all the Faes. It's a very small.
It's small, but it's an
entire
entire
minor town or hamlet.
That's a bad idea.
Destroying a small village is right up Ren's alley. So.
It is, but not intentionally. There's a difference between setting a village on fire with a stray fireball, and then I'm going to drink a village.
Yeah.
So he's going to be like, that's interesting, but no. And then he's going to kind of look just to see if there's any something that would probably just not blow the head off, but the burn would be bad. Like when you give somebody Sambuca for the first time, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, she says, she kind of looked at you, she says, all right, so I've got some, how about some dwarven fire then?
Yes.
Dwarven fire, right. Do you want the tourist stuff or do you want the real stuff?
Come on.
Right.
This is Robert Seth Cooper. What do you think he wants?
Of course. Right. I had to ask. She kind of reaches under the
Try to
thing. And
cross
sounds
my
like a
arms
potion of
and
change
look
alignments.
tough.
Is Temperatown fan club. What's that, Robert?
I said I try to cross my arms and look tough, like
Yeah.
a little
She
bit.
pulls out this like almost square like bottle and she plunks it down, and you can see now that as the bottle hits the base of this bar, the wood turns black, and the bottle itself is radiating this heat, and you can see it's almost like, and you know yourself, alcohol doesn't really boil well, and there seems to be bubbles, and it looks like this thick liquid, this thick reddish brown liquid inside, and it's like bloop, 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 bloop. She goes, it'll be 50 gold for the bottle then.
That's all right. I don't know, I'll fork it out.
Okay, and she says, the bottle is yours, but it's going to lose its effects within 60 minutes, so I'd say drink it all now, or try and, well, cast a little bit of prestidigitation or some sort of minor illusion and pretend it's bubbling and try and sell it off to the folks outside. Your business, not mine.
Is it like safe for one person to drink all of that? Like,
No.
Yeah,
no.
What? Yeah.
Okay.
Right, yeah, of course, yeah.
obviously. Ren is a seasoned drinker. To be fair, though, Robert is not. So, Ren's gonna like, So Ren's gonna just pop open and get a glass and see if it melts the glass, because he's never had this before. But
Well, yeah, she does. She pulls out what looks like these sort of mithril cups. She goes, "Oh, you want them back? Oh, you want these things back, right?" And she
Shouts
pours them in. You can see now it almost reacts with the metal, but it manages to Tyrion gentlemen. And anyone else think this is book fast? Worse. And it pours it in, and the reaction between the sort of the ambient temperature and this stuff, it just almost like this flash of smoke and fizz, and you can feel now this intense heat, this temperature, high temperature from the cups, and I mean, whatever about the alcohol content, this is gonna burn going down.
Yeah, con
I'm gonna
save.
stop us here, and I'm gonna just say, Lamud, we need to see the dog. I need to see the baby. Show me the baby. Oh my god.
It's tiny.
He's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he doesn't know that he's on the internet now.
She wants attention now.
Nah, she's just a pet of a thing. Thanks. Okay, cool. So as you you hand one to Robert, and you take one yourself.
Cheers.
What would you like to do? You're gonna knock them back?
Is it a shot, or is it like a?
Like a low ball.
Oh yeah, fuck it.
I don't actually drink at all in real life as well, so I don't know what that is.
Okay,
What
so
is
a
a low
shot
ball?
glass is like that. A low ball would be like if you get a glass of Coke or Coca-Cola or 7-Up or something like that, in a restaurant, it would those glasses that would be a high ball. A low ball is like half that.
Oh, okay, so it's like almost like a Scotch glass kind of.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Cool.
Yeah, Ren will knock it back.
Knocked up. Can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
Cool.
I will knock it back as well.
DC 52.
It'll be hilarious
21.
if I handle this better than.
21. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no, I'm not gonna handle it better.
Right up, no.
16. I mean, look, that's enough, right? The DC for the first one is 12. Now you get this warm sensation going through your body, but what's worse is the scalding sensation going down. As you knock this thing back, and it's almost as if you try to breathe at the same time as you knock it down.
What do I do?
It's not quite your windpipe, but it is that part back there that doesn't see a lot of liquid, but once it does, it fucking stings, and it goes down, and you feel this roar of pain. But then you feel, after like 30 seconds of coughing and you get this sort of ball of excitement in your stomach. And it's not like Robert, I think you would be familiar with the sort of the anxiety that lives down there in the pit of your stomach. Mm-hmm. This is different. This is like a ball of excitement, similar to when you would get an idea for a novel, or you would, walk through walk through town where it's like it's your first time there, and it's like this sense of like infinite opportunity, and you just get that now. But it's just from one drink. It's just you got this from one drink, and it feels fucking amazing.
I think I understand why people do this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of feel invincible, right?
Boon for Robert. Thank you, Paddy.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah. Ren will then pour out the pour the second one, and be like, eh?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need the Constitution saving throw for this goes up after the second drink to 15.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens when you fail.
I'm probably just gonna like spit actual fire.
17, Ren. Yeah, you feel that you're used. Well, you know, this is kind of relatively new for you. 12. Okay, cool. So first off, Ren, this is new for you, but it's still you've drunk hard liquor before, and that's fine. Robert, as you knock this second one down, you do make that rookie mistake of sort of breathing in at the same time, and it hits that part of your throat that is just not supposed to have stuff like this coated, and you're like, and you start coughing. A little bit of sick comes up, but you feel your head begin to swim now. And all of a sudden, it is a really, really great idea to tell Ren one secret that you would not tell anyone else.
Oh no, that's unfair.
When you get drunk, you talk a lot sometimes.
Yes.
Oh no.
To be fair, Ren's probably your best person to tell in the party.
Hey, Ryan.
He's on the least best
Ryan,
terms.
Mazzelli was not dead yet. You're okay.
We're getting drunk.
I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
You're drunk.
Sorry,
Yeah.
no.
Rowan, Robert, you're having these drinks at Ren, and you guys have you've been together since the start. You left for a while. There's this everything is like, fuck, man. We've been through a fucking lot, man, haven't we? Have we been through a lot? And you're like, you're fucking here, man. All this kind of shit. It's just this avalanche of awesome feelings and just God.
Did he just look at that? Could just look at me funny. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
So I'll lean over to Ren and be like, shh.
What?
Let me tell you. You want to know a secret?
Other side.
Know, shh.
The
Other ear.
Oh shit! Sorry, I forgot. I lean over to the other ear. I'm like, so nobody really knows this about me, but I'm kind of famous.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that from the reaction. It was a bit weird.
I'll slip him one of my novels, but try to pickpocket him and slip it into his pocket, and then tap it nicely,
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna say Ren is drunk enough to not really notice that Robert is doing it because he's
give me a
no
sleight
guard
of hand
against
at
Robert.
disadvantage.
But yeah.
Sleight of hand disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's
11. Brian, what's your passive?
I think it is 11. Yeah, it is 11.
You notice this.
But I also,
yeah.
even after I put it in, I do tap it that's yours now. You can keep that.
Okay.
And I'll
And it's real like the drunk uncle trying to hide a 20 euro note in your pocket at the christening.
Yeah, exactly.
This is for you, guys. Don't tell your mom.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
They'll fucking rub it on you.
yeah.
Don't tell Scales.
Yeah.
What? Oh shit! Yeah, Scales is missing. We should probably go find Scales at some point.
It's not missing. They're just looking for something.
Yeah, but Scales is a dragonborn and a temple that people that worship dragons. That could be. Fuck it, it'll be fine. And Rand's gonna pour out another drink.
Okay, I need a Constitution saving throw. DC 17 this time.
Yep.
I'll go for one more, but I think at this point,
I mean, Ren is kind of the opinion he doesn't want to waste the bottle because it runs out of his effect.
I'm just hoping to pass out and have you carry me home. That's kind of
Okay, Ren, you're gonna
fucking no boon.
one level of drunk.
okay.
You're at 2 levels of drunk. Robert. Now you feel that almost like you're seasick. It's like the room is moving, but you're not, and then all of a sudden you're moving and the room's not, and it's this sort of the mental acuity that's required to determine whether it's you or the room it's taken a lot out of you. And as you sort of try and work that out, and the room begins to just slowly spin around, but not completely. It spins and then stops, and then spins and then stops, and then it spins and then stops. So it's like the room just spins halfway and then resets and then spins again. And you're like, oh my God, this is who. And then you feel the compulsion to tell Ren about probably something that you're quite ashamed of.
Well, I'm thinking of one you told me. That could be interesting.
Almost as if you've the drunk Google does that and says, keep it our secret there now. Robert, it's almost as if like you've just had this awesome bonding moment, and it's like this is a perfect person to just like, you need absolution for this thing you've done, and this is the person that you need this from. Like, and you've such a brother moment that you're like, oh come on, yeah, I can tell him about this thing. And if you don't have anything, that's fine.
I want to tell you something that I'm not exactly sure if it is true or not. Well, I am sure it's true, but you remember that time we were, protecting that Druid's Grove?
When Finara got around mine getting smacked with the thing because he's not able to string the words together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that killed him.
Well, but no, it was a giant. A giant like hit him. You didn't?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
But it kind of like. Do you remember how I was like kind of cursed?
Yes.
And when he got hit, I kind of like felt the curse swell, and like the darkness had to go somewhere. And
in this moment, Ren is thinking back to the time with the trolls that Ren got smacked really hard by a troll. That didn't make sense, and he's like, "Holy shit, that's a shit curse."
yeah,
You're not still cursed, are you?
I don't hope so.
Yeah, maybe.
I heard a voice earlier today.
Was it in the?
It was in my head, but it wasn't mine.
What was it in the manor?
Yeah.
That's fine. We've been hearing that whole. Yeah, some guy here. It's normal.
Okay.
You won't shut up about needing us to go to the elves to save him. Like, give a fuck off, dude. Somebody else will handle that. That's a job for the church.
Oh, okay. Cool. It's good to know I'm not cursed.
You might be, but maybe not. We'll figure it out. I also failed to save there. Do I need to tell a secret?
You do.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Ren wouldn't probably say that one.
It doesn't have to be your deepest darkest secret, but you do feel the need to confide in him, something that it would make you feel better to confide in somebody else. You don't have to reveal your darkest shame, but something that would make Ren feel better if he told somebody, and somebody that he right now fucking loves.
Yeah, so
I love you, man.
I love you,
that's
man.
exactly
You're
what's
my
happening.
brother, man. Nah, in that moment, Randall kind of like, look, you're telling me things. I'm gonna tell you something. Wait. Yeah. I kind of once burnt my hand into someone's forehead, and it was pretty gnarly. It got stuck, and I had to its face kind of came off. It's pretty gross. That's why I don't go home anymore.
Did you wash your hands afterwards?
Oh, I mean, and then like just Randall to do that and press the digitation and just go whoa, off his hands. Like,
It's nice.
yeah, it's pretty handy. It's useful. But no. So I kind of, you know the guy, the guy in the orphanage that runs the orphanage, Myth Rasma.
No.
He's like some fucking Lord Dickhead. Yeah, he basically used to be the Lord Dickhead where I lived, and I'm pretty sure. And Rand's gonna lean in like and whisper like as quietly as he can. I'm pretty sure he's the one pretending to, and the murder and I think it's him.
What?
I
I don't know about any of this, so I'm just
Rand's hinting at he thinks the Mithrasma's the Spectre.
I don't know about the Spectre, so I'm like...
Yeah, you would. You were in with the...
He thinks Lord Mithrasma's a Spectre.
Yeah, he's drunk. It's one of his many theories.
Okay.
Because he saw the burn marks around his hands and stuff that were similar to Ren's.
Yeah.
So that's why he's gone up.
Okay.
Like, I think, he's just burning the chain.
I'm kind of good at knowing if people are things and where they are and, how they do things. So...
But what do you mean by things? That's... Whoa.
Like, did he do like this or something, and then something goes there? So
I'm pretty sure he's killing you're not your friends, but your colleagues with and the
colleagues. Military people.
And Randall he probably has a pocket watch. So he'll just gesture to like the little chain on the pocket watch.
Do I recognize this chain on the pocket watch?
Just as is it the chain? Am I thinking of the wrong name?
Oh, the chain. Oh,
yeah.
The Thieves Guild. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
fine.
Just keep an eye out. If we see him,
Body says, if I know drinking, this is going to end in an argument.
if we see him.
Okay, cool. So
yeah, and then that'll probably be it.
Let's wrap this up, and you guys stumble arm in arm back through the Temple District and off to the where is the house? Is in the Guild District, isn't it? I think. Anyway, wherever it is. And you guys make your way back, arm in arm, singing and just having the crack, and you make your way back to the house. I do believe this is where Orixium and Derek, you will be making your way back to the house. So I'm going to move everyone back to the house, and this is right. Making my way back to the house, and this is back to the Artex townhouse. So I'm going to move everyone has it. You should be able to see your tokens down the bottom left there, or oh god, where are they gone? There we go. We're going to shift ping you guys here. You can move your tokens. I need to draw. Lamud is there with 84 hit points. So I do believe this is a good time for Lamud to make his return. Just as Boothby walks back in, and he's like, right before you guys arrive, Boothby walks back in with a triple-decker sandwich, and he says, I have your sandwich. Oh well, I see. And he walks back out with it. Maybe I'm sure it will keep. And he hears the door going. Who's first through the door?
Mizzello in a temper.
Okay, yeah, the door slams open. And Mazzello and Erixium, you walk in and you see Boothby. For a split, what's both of your passive perceptions there?
Erixium is 14, Mizzello is 18. Damn.
Okay, well, do you know what? But a 21, a dagger shoots out of Boothby's hand straight into the wall, and you can see it's just had he meant to hit, he would have, but this dagger, and it was shot underhanded as well. It wasn't even taken out and thrown. It was just taken out of a sheath and just thrown like that. He goes, my apologies, sirs. Please knock first. Little bit on edge from the last home invasion we've had.
Not necessary, Boothby. It's quite good to see you are back in good health.
Yes, thanks to you, sirs. Sandwich?
What's in it?
There's ham, pickles, lettuce, and chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Rick will go up and take the plate.
He hands it to you. It was made it for the other fellow, strange writer fellow, but he seems to have left.
Did you said writer? That could have been anyone.
Indeed, sir. Ho, 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 ho. And he kind of walks off. Would you, Mrs. Hello, would I prepare you a meal or something?
No,
Drinks,
thank you, Boothby.
Maybe.
But this evening, I believe it would be best if we ensured the house is most definitely secure. There are enemies within the walls of the cities. We must be vigilant.
Is it the same enemies that accosted this place before?
Truly, I do not know if they are connected, Boothby, but they are most definitely sinister. And
He closes the door and he locks it. Why is it not working for me? A locked door. Oh, it doesn't even work. Anyway, he closes the door and say, very well, sir. I shall activate the house defenses I've just had recently installed. Please ensure you do not open the windows tonight. There are glyphs of warning on every single window, on the outside and the inside. If you are cool, or if you are too warm, I shall arrange for some sort of mechanism for you to be cooled down. Do not open the windows tonight.
thank you, Boothby. Are the others here? Are they sleeping?
Nobody here but you.
Ah.
And I would imagine that's when Derek arrives back.
Boom.
Mega bada boom.
Derek, you
Definitely
arrive there.
happening. Robert and Ren get back. They don't know any better. They're drunk.
The door is closed. Overkill boyo says, it's him up, Irie. The door is closed. Front door is closed, Derek. You will need to knock.
Yeah, I'll just knock.
Okay, and you. I'm coming. And Boothby walks up and opens the door, and he says, "Oh, hello, sir." Why is it not opening?
I just imagine he just opens the door and doesn't see anybody. Oh, wait.
Yeah, he looks down. He's quite tall himself. He looks down. Oh, hello, sir. Please come in. Close the door behind you. What is that racket down the street? And you can hear singing coming from further down the street as a very drunken Ren and Robert make their way in.
I think at this point it's not even words anymore. It's just
hey. As you guys make your way in, move your tokens in, and I do believe Lamud at this point, this is where you sort of flap down in your eagle form and near enough to the house.
I mean, I'm assuming from the direction they would be coming, Lamud would probably cross over Ren and Robert, just kind of look down at that. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that right now. Straight to the house, drop down, somewhere around the wild shape back into, a half orc.
I'm surprised he didn't have an eagle fucking shit land on them. But anyway.
No, that's mean. Ryan is, by the way, has the bottle with him, and he's probably been not taking full drinks, but like small sips the entire way.
I'd say you got another 40 minutes left in that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Nice.
Like,
We can all get drunk.
Maybe half an hour. Let's say half an hour. Lamud, you arrive back down before them. You walk in. Derek, you were the first to see Lamud. And Boothby even is surprised, and he's like, "Oh, hello, sir. I was afraid you'd gone missing, sir, but I'm delighted to see you back."
Thank you. I had to go deal with a personal matter.
You look like, if you don't mind me saying, sir, if you don't mind me saying so. Like you've less weight on your shoulders.
That is one way of putting it.
Well, sir, please feel free to make yourself at home, and yes, it's good to see you again, sir.
He's just gonna give a nod to Boothby at that, and past Derek.
He
Give him a
stops
nod as well.
as he walks over, as he's walking to the kitchen, and quite obviously, about to prepare a meal, and he looks over, and he looks over his shoulder at you before you walk in, and there's a tinge of sadness in his eyes, and he says, "They could have done with your help, sir. I'm sorry if I'm speaking out of turn." He walks off.
As he says that, Lamut's gonna, look down at Derek and just kind of ask, "What's he talking about?"
It's much better if we go all in one room and
Yeah.
All right, now Lamut is getting properly worried.
Everyone's
and
all
as you
serious, and
walk
we
in,
just come in like,
Ren and Robert, like Ren is like, you can see now he's like all up the side of his arm is like skinned raw from like falling on pavement. You can see his knee like through his robes. There, like there's a hole where his knee should be, like he's tripped over, got caught in his robes. And Robert, like he's holding at the pen, and he's like, "Come here, I got a great idea for a story." And he's trying to write it on Ren's wrist so he doesn't forget.
Oh.
And they are
Ren's prestidigitating it as he's writing. He's like,
Yeah.
no.
They're both. It's an ally race. Says, surely Boothby wants more bodies to clean up. He does not. And you hear the two of them falling through the door as you make it away. You can see Lamud is back. Derek, you can see you can move wherever you want in the house.
As
Yeah.
Ren enters the front door, Robert in front of him, with the use of thaumaturgy, the door slams behind them.
Oof. The front door.
Yes.
Okay, no worries.
That's not a good. Oh god.
Dude, he woke up my dad.
if I see Lamad, I will throw open my arms and yell, "Come on!"
It's been so long.
As fun as drunk Robert is, Lamud does not want to deal with it. So as he hugs him, Lamud is going to cast Lesser Restoration.
Oh no, drunk Ren. No.
Oh my god! Is there a saving throw against that?
I mean, if you want to give him a saving throw, go for it.
Do you want? I mean, this isn't like you. Do you want to? I would imagine you would want to make a saving throw against this. But if you're happy, I mean,
I'll try to dodge him. I don't know what he's doing. That doesn't
He's
look like a hug.
As he does that, Ren is like, he's
You
casting
need consent.
shit.
don't let him do it.
Don't let him do it.
Dexterity save at
Danger,
disadvantage.
danger.
Especially given what Boothby has said already.
Also, Ren very clearly has a
Oh,
bottle of
you're
fire in his
yeah.
hand.
All of a sudden, like a tidal wave of regret hits your fucking brain and your emotion, your heart, and you get this concentrated sense of fear and sense of what the fuck did I do? And so I'm going to say that you have restored him from his drunk condition, but he's still in a very hungover condition. And you now are going like, oh fuck, what did I fucking say to Ren? Shit.
Does
And
Ren
then-
even remember is the question.
Well, I mean, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Faintly remember stabbing a guy.
Solo says, dude, your horse is gone. And yeah, you're like, oh, your head is beginning to like boom, 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 the worst headache you've ever had. It's almost like you can feel where all of the veins go in your face at the same time. It's just this patchwork and this lattice work of pain. And Ren, you kind of like, I mean, yeah, you need to take a seat. Ren, I don't think you see that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get out of the way so Robert can sit down.
It's good to see you, Lamond.
It is good to
I
see
think.
you as well.
Ren is there, just stood there with like a
When I
finger kind
can
of
see,
pointed.
I'll look at you again and determine if it's good to see you.
Because this is the first time Mahmoud is now seeing Robert since he disappeared.
Yes, it is.
Mahmoud will question him about that later.
Oh, okay. Ren, as you sort of stumble in, still singing the song, wondering why your good buddy Robert is not fucking, joining you in this chorus that you've sung all the way down the street.
When did you get back?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, man. Oh, sorry.
Probably to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I got back, 2 minutes ago?
Oh. Hey, guys. Mazalu, sorry for the...
You
And
look
he does the gesture. Yeah, he does the gesture, and like as if it was a thunder wave, but it's not, obviously. And he's like, "Apology, a little bit. Good stuff." And he holds up the dwarven fire wine.
Ms. Ella was standing at the fireplace with one hand on the mantle, just staring into the flames.
No, it's the dad. No.
you came home after curfew.
Robert is famous, by the way.
What?
He told me that people were asking for. He signed a guy's chest, like scratched the letters into his chest with a pen. So, yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't stabbing a guy.
I mean, technically.
Do you ever feel like you remember things from days ago, but it was only hours ago, and you're trying to like?
That's like my entire existence, Robert. You get used to it.
Hello. Yes. I see.
Rand's like holding out for a fist bump.
Oh yes. And he'll walk over and
Oh.
Yes.
Booth does the fist bump and slides his hand to the bottle and takes it away.
No, it's just one of those awkward things where he goes to fist bump. Ren goes to fist bump. Boothby goes to shake his hand. Ren changes to shake, and then Boothby goes to the fist bump. And Boothby ends up shaking a fist. And it's like, he kind of looks at Ren and goes, I see, it's a busy night, was it?
Fire, dwarven fire. Derek, you didn't tell me how good this shit was.
Make sure.
Because I wasn't there.
You want some?
Not now.
Aw. It's the magic. It's the magic.
You call yourself a dwarf? No.
Alright. And he just takes it.
Yeah.
First off, don't roll anything yet, Derek. What I will get you to do is roll me a perception check with advantage. This is your kind of brew, so we'll get a perception with advantage. DC is 10, and you should be able to determine roughly how much is left, because you, of all people, and Boothby was about to say this, but you, of all people, would know. After an hour of this being opening, it becomes highly toxic.
Huh?
Perception. 19?
19, yeah. You've got a good 15, 20 minutes left. You can smell the turn on it, and you're like, oh, yeah, well, I mean, time to just take a few whacks of this if you want to. You going to take a whack of it?
Yeah, I'll take a whack.
Constitution saving throw with advantage on DC 12.
We're such a good influence.
Yeah.
Well, Ren is,
sober.
Ren is, to be fair, the party bad influence.
18.
As a 16, the first one hits, and you feel that familiar fire in your belly, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is the stuff. You haven't had it in quite some time, and you're like, oh, yeah, feels good. You take another one?
Done.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
DC
let's take another one.
Yeah, DC 15. Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Is
because
that
of your dwarven.
And when we drink with Derek, he gets it down in 10, 9,
Oh,
7,
shit.
6,
Derek,
5.
as you throw it back, it almost slips on your lips, and you fumble it, and you go to catch it, and you're so intent on it not slipping out of your hands and falling on the floor and wasting it. It about 3 measures go down your throat, and you're like, a little bit comes out your nose. You do feel quite embarrassed, given your look at the best. Here's the best boy or best girl? Best boy, Mac.
Best boy.
Best boy.
Okay.
First time on the internet. Oh my god.
He's
I love
snuck
that
out.
dog so much.
He's so calm for like considering
He's
his
a
like
petty-
puppy and his age and his breeding.
Yeah, so yeah, it flows in, and you've got 3 measures now. You do feel that little bit of kind of swaying in your head, but accompanying that, you've got this paranoia that you're like, I'm a dwarf. They can't see me fucking drunk on this. So from now on, you're going to overcompensate for everything. If you're walking out the door, you're going to really concentrate on walking okay. When you're talking, you're going to talk a little bit slower because you do not want them to think that you are drunk. And so on and so forth. So there's a paranoia in your brain now. And Boothby goes, yes, maybe I should. Ren, yes, possibly. Could I have a little blast of that?
Yeah.
Okay. And Boothby is actually gonna.
He deserves it. He's been through a lot.
It's a nat 20.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was the 11.
As he knocks it back and he goes, reminds me of the old days, sirs. And he goes, if that's it for everyone, would you like me to prepare some wine or something maybe a little less incendiary?
Well, how about something
Brandon's gonna go rooting in the bag of
strong
holding.
and with caffeine in it? That would be
I can
awesome.
do that, sir.
And do you
Is
have
that it?
eggs?
Are we finished? Are we all finished with this?
Is it empty?
There's 2 more left in it, sir.
Yeah. Brandon like go for another. If no one stops him.
Very well.
Yeah. What's
It's a DC 20 con save.
I'm probably not going to pass this, but I do have my extra inspiration from the fucking joke the last day, so I might use that if I don't, just to see. Yeah, I'm using it.
20! Oh, it's an intelligence save.
Oh shit!
But it was a 14. What's your con? 14 plus 6 is a 20.
Yep.
That is just what you need. Yeah. So yeah, you feel awesome. You feel great. You do not pass out. And Boothby goes,
Undefeated.
well, sirs, it's been a terrible few days, and as
Actually, sorry, it would be an 18. I have a +4 to con. I was looking at the wrong thing.
oh, you rolled a 14. Yes, sorry. Okay, yeah.
it'll be an 18.
As you knock it back, you just feel this wave of nausea hit you, and you begin to vomit uncontrollably into this statue into this moose's mouth on the wall.
He's done this before, so he's gonna start as he's puking, trying to cast prestidigitation to try stop it from staining.
And it works
things.
sometimes. So sometimes it doesn't. But Boothby looks around and he goes, says, "If you don't bad, it's been a hell of a few days." And he's going to take the last one. I'm going to give a DC 15 con save.
Fail.
Just meets it. It just me. And I tell you something. Had Boothby been obliged to give away a secret,
Oh no.
That's why I brought it back. It's the entire reason I bought it back.
that would have been something. Boothby goes, feeling good now, sirs. Yes. So something with caffeine in it, something with wine. I shall be back on. Stay frosty. Oh, no, I don't know what I'm saying. See you in a bit. And he closed the door behind him. What are you guys doing?
Bezetus, are you okay?
I'm fine, Derek. Thank you.
Ren is gonna
If
Try
he's
lean.
lying, please roll me deception against insight, because I'm not sure if he is fine.
Ren's gonna lean and try to see if he's holding the hammer behind his back because he doesn't want to get smacked again. It's like, and probably fall over.
Oh, why is it rolling twice? So first one 11.
That's all right. If you want to roll deception.
Yeah, I'm on a different laptop. I'm using a finger
No,
scroller.
that's totally fine. That's a 13. Yeah, you believe him. He seems a bit scorpy, but he is fine.
Blame it on the booze.
I'll inside check him as well.
Okay.
Because he's like,
You're sober now, so you're fine.
yeah, I'm sober.
You are hungover, but we won't impose any penalties on you this just right now.
Insight. Just 1 second.
That's all right.
This never happens.
Lowest
Swear.
I can roll is a 8. Whatever I roll.
That's
So
a 12.
He's
That's
fine.
one below that. He's fine.
no. So what I mean is, if I roll below an 8, it becomes an 8.
Okay, so 8 plus 10, 18. He's not fine. Was
My
that, is that
insight.
reliable
Wait,
talent?
sorry,
or-
I'll tell you what my insight is. One sec. Insight is plus 10. Yeah, so it's 18. Because I have
He's
it
not
here for
fine.
deception. Okay. I'm not fine either. What? Did something happen? I'll ask that to Mazzella.
Things happen every day, friend.
You know what I mean. You seem... I don't want to say tense. I want to say aggravated. Like, you want to strangle something? That's not me, hopefully.
No, despite your the way you conducted yourself entering my father's house, I still no ill intentions towards you. If I was to strangle someone, it would not be you. Do not fear. You may sleep in peace this night. Erickson giggles across the table. Sandwich flies out.
Ren just kind of goes.
I still need to bite my head off, dude.
Whoa.
Whoa, dude. Okay.
Ren's been in this position before, and he's like, "Oh."
So, Rexian, looks like you are the talkative of the two brothers this night.
As he looks over to Lamoda like a face full of sandwich. Oh yeah. Nice to
Why
see you again, friend.
You as well. Why don't you catch me up on what has transpired these last few days? Because looking at you all, you look worse for wear than I do.
If my memory serves correctly, the last time we saw you, we were awoken in the middle of the night as this house was assailed by mercenaries of the chain. And then the next night, after we defeated them, we were assailed by cultists. And the next night after that, we were assailed by the chain again. And then we went to meet the chain, and we delved into the sewers about a malady in the town. And we found these strange creatures.
They assailed us too.
I show him a picture of the creatures.
And then we delved even deeper into the sewers.
I don't
And we
have the
found
picture
what
here.
we believed was the creator of these creatures, and we defeated that.
I blew it up.
And after we defeated that creature, we found a back stairwell into the tent which was treating the members of the public with the malady. And it was there that we discovered that the head
Healer.
healer, nurse, person of interest was actually an aberration and was not in fact the once was Albrecht. We defeated her,
I blew that one up too.
and then and I think that's almost it. There could be details that I'm missing. But yeah, where were you?
Did you blow anything up?
No.
Oh.
I had what you would probably call a crisis of faith
Oh yeah.
that I had to go deal with. But for now, that part is locked away and defeated.
As Lamode says that, Arixium will kind of reach up and scratch his cheek and just feel the embedded scars where Imps attempted to tear out his eyes. And he'll say,
Yeah, that I can relate to directly. Fate is a strange thing. It's good to have you back.
It is definitely good to be back.
I must say the dark circles that were under your eyes have seemed to have disappeared. Seems in your faith gathering you got some rest.
As Boothby said, a weight has been lifted.
I know what that feels like. Congratulations.
Thank you. Your hair is different, by the way.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, no. No, sorry. Yeah, you were still with the group when your hair
I died?
turned grey.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, when you died and came back and those things. Got cursed.
Yeah, what's your sleight of hand? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I didn't want to draw.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
He gets it.
But on,
If I had made
it's
it, I would have
longer.
used that, but I don't.
on
Not
that,
wrong.
Robert, it is good to see you again. Are you with us for long? Are you...
Depends more on what you guys plan on doing from here on out. I have some things I need to take care of, namely our old friend Valder.
Then at least for the next while, we will be traveling together.
When, sorry to interrupt there, but when Robert says Valder, as Mazzello stares in the fire with thaumaturgy, the flames almost explode from the fireplace.
Attic. I like it.
Is anybody gonna tell us what's up with this guy? Because he's like,
Well, if you must know, Robert, Valder spends this evening in the city.
Let's go fucking kill him.
You were in no shape to do anything.
Oh, fuck him up.
You can't touch your nose, you fool.
Brand touches his
What kind of a drunkard touches their nose?
It's all we can touch here.
Ren actually kind of is like, oh. Like, he doesn't even need draw intimidation. That works. He's drunk enough. He's like, oh, shit. Ren's getting Vietnam flashbacks from his own dad now.
so if Valder sleeps in the city tonight, is there any specific reason why he should ever wake up?
Well, I don't know if he exactly sleeps in the city, but I know that he is being wined and dined by the hierarchy of my temple.
Maybe they'll kill him. No? Okay.
Mazzello takes a deep, long, exaggerated breath as he closes his eyes and goes, I'm afraid I'm not that lucky. Whatever hold he has in the temple, with the grace of the king, the temple will not act against this man without true evidence.
Fuck the king.
Be the smartest thing you've ever said.
So, we can't kill him tonight. And why don't we find where he's staying? If he's here... Sorry, 1 second. And Ren's gonna, like, just walk out to the bathroom, and then, like, 10, 20 seconds later, he's back.
Yeah.
So, let the conversation continue on, I suppose.
Oh, Robert starts to realize that if Valder isn't down and the people from the stupid quill place start talking about Robert Seth Cooper being in town,
I was hoping you get there. I was hoping you get there somehow.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna have to kill him.
Boothby.
Actually, as we walked in, actually, Robert, what do you have against Valder? If I remember correctly, you took a personal hiatus before we had a run-in with him.
We've had a run-in with him before you met him. He's been around for a while. I actually know him from a very long time ago, or well, know of him. And he pretty much represents a part of Sopherone that I see as a cancer that I would very much like to remove.
As Robert says that, Mizelu, being the deeper thinker of the Grimm brothers, will look to the people who journeyed with him longer, like Lamud and Ren. Is this knowledge you shared with your longest companions, or is this something that you have withheld?
I've told him that I have met him before and he was doing something nefarious which I didn't really understand at the time. But
You understand it now?
he
I'm
was
still kinda
involved
lost on
in
that.
some kind of ritual.
Ran
And-
scratches his arm slightly.
As far as I understand, he sacrificed like innocent soldiers, and not in the way that, you know, as sometimes happens in war, where you have to sacrifice your soldiers for a battle that is won on a different front, but more in a kind of like a cult ritual kind of way. That's what I understand from it. I could be wrong.
Erixium sits there staring at the ceiling. And this was when you knew him in the past? Is this
I think
why
it was
you
like
left?
5
the army?
years? 5 years or 6 years ago? Or was it longer?
It would have been maybe 6 or 7. 6 to 7.
And did you serve under him, or how did you gain this knowledge?
I didn't serve under him. I served in the same sphere, like place, but not. I wasn't never directly spoke to him.
But you're
I-
aware of his sacrifices. That
I think
makes
I
you want to
witnessed-
kill him this night.
I witnessed something that I shouldn't have. No, there's other things that makes me want to kill him.
Oh, well, please share if you are among people who wish to see him hang by his toenails.
Yeah, Robert wouldn't have a Brightac yet, or did we mention that to him?
Yeah,
Well,
it's common knowledge
Yeah.
that Lamud has a vendetta against Valder.
Yeah, but that was like.
I think he,
Time between-
no, I think Lamud has spoken to Mazelis about it before.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know how things work in your church, but if you spend enough time serving with some people, they become there's kind of like a bond that grows between you that it's not family, but it's something else. And what I would say, with, of course, no offense to any of you, the person I consider my closest friend is currently languishing in Baldur's prison. So, you know, just seems like the logical step. First, get rid of Baldur. Hopefully things kind of fall apart for him enough so that I can get my friend out of that jail.
Baldur has a prison, you say?
Well,
Well, do you know where this prison is?
I believe it's in Sopherone, eh?
It's just south of Sopherone. Let me take you to the map of Sopherone.
Hardly near wine country, Mr. Gibson, is it?
Dave, while you do that, how big would you say Artex is one side to the other?
Oh, that's something I've never considered. So give me 1 second as we
A quick text to Kate is about to be sent.
get the map here. I would say each square is probably 5 minutes.
I was
That's
more
a
thinking,
rough guess. For what reason?
I was more thinking distance wise because
Sorry,
reasons.
2 seconds.
Because locate creature has a very specific range.
10 minutes is about, 2-3 kilometers?
It's two. So I would say, it's a couple of miles.
Couple being 2 or couple being 3?
Let's just say 2. This is. Are you? So look, there's a very simple way to It's a very simple way to sort of resolve this. Are you going to cast Locate Creature and try and find Valder?
So I can. The question is, if I go to the center of Artex, or as close to the center as I can get it, what percentage of the Artex map can I cover?
A good bit of it, but I mean, just are you going to do that?
Not right now. I'm
okay. Cool.
Considering it.
Okay. I mean, you would get a good bit of it. It's hard for me to sort of. I've never considered that before. So
no, 100%. So basically, I mean, it gives me 1,000 feet in each direction.
So that's a kilometer each direction.
Yeah, give or take.
It's more like 300 meters in each direction.
Okay.
333 something there around.
Yeah, it's. I'll do the maths here.
How long does it last?
I believe an hour.
So you could just sweep the whole city.
Yeah, 304 meters.
You could sweep, you could wild shape and sweep the whole city in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So I mean, the reason for my question is basically I'm trying to work out how many resources will I need to expend to.
I would say
decide to do this.
I would say you could if you wild shape into a flying creature and cast that, or cast that and wild shape into a flying creature. You could establish where Valder is in 10 minutes. Not even that. Very cool.
Okay. Robert is actually starting to get worried now that he's sober with the stuff that he knows. Is there like a lot of lights on in the room currently?
Yeah, the fire is lighting. There's like so if I go into my light sources, there's like all of those little things hanging out of the wall. Our light sources, they're ever burning torches. They're all lit.
Can we douse the fires?
You certainly can, yeah. As you're all talking away, Robert,
with the permission of the owner of the house, but I will.
Oh, Mazzello's the owner of the house, right?
Yeah, so I will, if Mazzello allows it.
If Mazzello allows it, Ryan will like do a control flame and just.
Did I miss a reason for dousing the fires, or?
I think Robert.
I suspect that if Balder knows you're here, and Balder knows we're here, Balder might come looking for us. And when he comes looking for us, I want to see him first.
So, as Robert says that, I mean, Lamud will pipe up and say that, if it comes down to it, I can locate him before he finds us.
Fair enough. I still want to douse the fires, though.
Dave, after vomiting, would Ren be any more sober in the sense of
Yeah, I'd say give me another con save.
Yeah.
With advantage, then, since you hooped your guts up.
Yep, Ren went out to puke again. That's why I said you ran
I said
off.
DC is 15.
Yep, cool. My roll 20 is just frozen. Give me 1 second.
That's okay.
And Lamud will explain to Robert what he can try to do. Literally, go giant, cast locate creature, go giant eagle, and it'll take him, a couple of minutes to zigzag across the city at the most and find Valder.
Mazzello will, Robert thinking they need to douse the flames to see Valder first, and Lamud explaining his strategy. You say, to be quite honest, I don't believe he has any intention in coming here. And Mazzello kind of holds his words. He has taken precautions in an attempt to secure his well-being. Without going into too much details, he has in his reach someone extremely valuable and believes they are acting as a shield. In fact, when myself and Erixium encountered him this evening, he looked extremely nervous, as if he wanted to be nowhere near us. So I cannot see him coming to the townhouse this evening.
I mean, we did kill Rafe. So
He has a new one. He was not alone. He had more security than he would be aware of.
I will say, it wasn't that he was very nervous about seeing you again. It's just that he seemed Now, had you rolled insight checks or asked for perception checks, you might have a little bit more information than you do now. But from memory, you get the impression that he just wanted to get Berethia away from you for a while.
No, insight
those,
checks could easily be the fact that I was covering Ryan's use.
And those those invitations to join them for dinner, well, I mean, we're quite obviously like you'd eat it.
Oh, yeah. Falsities, yeah.
We established that Valder hired some of the chain to attack us in the night as well, didn't we? I don't know if Ren was there for that, but I know that did come up in discussion. I feel like I have notes.
You did,
yeah. I don't know if Ren was actually there at that meeting or which meeting that was at. So
I would imagine that information has been shared.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Blue Eye said that they were fucking hired.
Yeah, Lissa.
Yeah.
I think Robert's right about wanting to see something because even if Ren's quite, as I got a fairly high con save, so I assume he's feeling a bit less on the come down now. If he's smart, which is up in the air, he may send more just to keep us on our toes.
Well, I'm prepared, and I'm aware my brother is prepared.
Knocks on the front door. You see Boothby.
How many knocks?
4. Walks out.
Before the third knock, I have ghostly daggers in my hand.
Boothby just walks out, and as you can see now, from God knows where, you see Boothby just produces this long black bladed dagger that just seems to be dripping with this yellow ichor. Allow me to get the door, sirs.
Ren's gonna roll his sleeves back, get them out of singeing distance,
and close the door behind him. And you hear some.
Lemur is just standing up. He's no longer sitting
Can I
down.
hear what they're saying? I have a very, very good passive perception.
Yeah, roll your. What's your passive?
25.
Okay, you hear. Oh, it is you. I very much wish your fate were not intertwined with these ones. And you hear this feminine voice. She goes, well, that's just the way it is. I'm afraid the less time I had to spend with you, the better. But seems old memories are going to be rekindled. I have business with these ones, please. Your presence causes me pain. And he says, very well. And he goes to say my something, and then just Berethia. And he walks. You can hear some heavy footsteps walking off. The door opens, and then Guardian Berethia is there. She walks in, closes the door.
Did you enjoy your supper, Berethia?
No, we did not. Orixium Grim. Now be quiet, hold your tongue, and I don't want any of your sass tonight.
No promises.
Actually, while I'm here, I'd love to hear more about your ham-fisted attempts to court me, if that is what you set out in the street. And she walks around and she moves quite.
Robert's hand goes from his dagger, kind of hovers to his notebook.
Is her token stuck outside for anyone else?
What's that?
No?
What's that?
My roll 20's fucked up completely here. Give me 1 second.
Oh, no worries. So is Guardian Breath. She walks around and she puts her hand on your shoulder as you're sitting down behind, and she kind of leans in. She goes, do tell me, Orixium Grim, your attempts to woo me, is it? Attempts to court me. How are they going there? Can I get a wisdom saving throw? She's going to attempt to intimidate you.
Wisdom saving, absolutely.
Or if you'd like to argue for some other way to resist her intimidation.
No problem. But roll 20 has also seemed to stop working for me.
Okay, I've got a 20. Do you want me to roll it for you from your character sheet?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Seeing as mine's just a rotating dice.
No worries. Moving along. You're going to go wisdom saving throw. Plus 8 in this. That's a 22.
Arixium.
I'll turn around and say, better than expected as you come into my home and lay your hands on me, Berethia.
Ren laughs.
I think your father would have something to say about this being your own Marixium. As she goes right for the jugular and then walks past you.
It's gotta say something. I can't.
And she stands there and she goes, we believe we've got a lot to discuss. But first off, I hope you two know why this fella's arrived. This Valdar fella, sent directly from the king with an application form, no less. An application form for the Temple of the Platinum Dragon to reapply for legitimacy. To reapply to be a legitimate religion to operate in the continent of Sopherone. Now, why do you think Arixium and Mizelu Grim, he would all of a sudden arrive with a new application form from the king? This is unheard of. As of now, the Temple of the Platinum Dragon is no longer a legitimate religion in the continent of Sopherone until this application form is completed.
Could it be a forgery?
Which could... No, it's not a forgery.
Are you sure?
Arixium will turn to Berethia and say,
If our lord, the Platinum Dragon, and his temples are no longer recognized, does that mean we no longer have to apply by the king's laws?
No, it means everyone has to apply by the king's laws. But it just means if any clerics or acolytes of the Platinum Dragon are caught casting spells or even wearing his raiments, wearing the uniform or the colors of the Platinum Dragon, you're up for arrest. Now, he's afforded us 30 days in which we can reapply, but after 30 days, if the king is not satisfied, everyone in the colors and who follows the fate of the Platinum Dragon will be lawbreakers. Will be warrants out for you. Now, why the fuck do you think that has happened? Mizelu Grim and Arixium Grim. All of a sudden, why do you think our church has been singled out for reapplication? Derek.
That sounds like a rhetorical question.
It fucking is. Derek, this, within church politics, this is playing right into the Temple of the Raven Queen's hands. And it's hard for you not to, you can empathize and go, oh, that would be shit if that were my church. But if you're leaning more towards temple politics and less towards how you feel about these people, this is pretty good news.
Yeah, no, he's making the notes here.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
Do I know what the primary religion is of our good king?
I
know there's many gods that are accepted within Sopherone, but do I know who?
So the royal family wouldn't ever. They never sort of wear any particular sort of colors or coats of arms or carry particular holy symbols. They do the whole point of the kingdom of Sopherone. Solo says she dies first in the horror movie because she refused to listen to warnings. The whole point of the royal family in Sopherone is they are basically they allow like even evil temples and evil gods and things to set up churches. And if you can imagine them as Benny from the Mummy with all of the holy symbols, you know that guy like who's in the middle of the like who's in the
he's
he's pulling out the thing, he's pulling out the. That's pretty much how they operate. Whatever sort of gains they can get from whatever church, it's just like a big pyramid scheme. But they all need to pay, and they all need to bend the knee to the kingdom to be allowed to even operate here. And that's why kingdom supersedes church here. And the likes of Mazelu, who is like this sort of zealot, or when he's not a zealot, he's over
Mazelis, as I said before. Very
much so. Like he's a true believer. And Guardian Berethia would have explained this to him as well. She used to be a true believer, but when she got promoted to a certain level, temple politics took over from adventuring and from smiting the unworthy and smiting the evil. And you get to a certain point where you realize it's not realistic to be a true believer in the politics of this continent. And so as everyone moves up, the ladder within church politics, they all fall into kingdom politics, because they all have to bend the knee and kiss ass to allow to be continued to operate.
So I don't know. So the king has never said, I believe in the Platinum Dragon. Or...
No, they don't ever profess to be aligned to any particular god or goddess.
Is there
also, sorry.
I was going to say, is there a set amount of religion? Oh, sorry. Yeah, you go ahead.
Go ahead. Just do it.
All right, I was going to say, is there a set amount of religions allowed within that? Like, if one has to be promoted, one has to go down?
Nope.
Okay, grand. Because I know we have the suspicions Baldur's a Bay Knight, so that's why I wanted to check.
Robert?
I wanted to ask the fine orc lady whether or not what are the specifics of this application? Does is Valder's life attached to this application? Does he have to be the one to approve it, or?
No. I see where you're going with that, but so just to get things straight there, Robert, I haven't really come here to have discussion about this. I've come here to voice my anger and my outrage at the fact that Orixium Grim and Mazelu Grim, their actions solely have resulted in this cataclysmic event for the Church of the Platinum Dragon. No. Answer to your question, no. Valder has delivered. When you see she says that name, she scrunches her forehead a little bit. She says, Valder has delivered these forms and this news that the temple has to reapply for legitimacy. But we have to.
That was Mazella rolling insight as to why she scrunched her eyebrows.
So that's your character sheet. Let me just get it. Oh God, she's not good at this. Cool enough. And she so she says, something should happen to him, we still have to reapply. I don't recommend taking him on.
So when you say Orixium and Mazella's actions, were they stipulated?
They were implied.
And what was implied?
What was implied that they interfered with temple business. Sorry, that they interfered with kingdom business. Up there in that temple, up in Templetown. Temple of Sir Richard. Valder was sent to find something. And Uli interfered. That's kingdom business, that is. And they're pissed off about it. So. Murder someone as well, I hear.
So this is just Valder throwing a hissy fit. Good to know.
A man called Wraith.
Wasn't
Assistant
murder.
of Valor, you murdered him.
Self-defense.
Right.
Attack me with a glaive.
Yeah, we don't need an
What?
inside check for that one.
From what I hear,
No. He was
from what I
trying to
hear,
murder
magic
glaive.
missiles were the start of that particular confrontation there.
If he wasn't
Wizard
swinging
man.
if he wasn't swinging a glaive around, he wouldn't have got blasted. Same fate Valder is almost certainly going to meet at some point in the near future.
Mizelu will
At
turn
the mention of Valder again, her head, her forehead crunches up.
Detect magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are the spell components for detect magic?
It's verbal and somatic, and Ren won't even hide it if he sees that.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And look, it's a common enough spell, so I'm assuming she knows exactly what he's casting. So, boom, just put it in the chat for you.
Yeah, she has what looks like a warhammer hanging at her side. Looks like it's good for throwing as well as hitting.
Dwarven thrower.
She has her cloak is magical.
Mhm.
She has several things lighting up in her backpack as well. Well,
I'm
her
also
backpack, her-
I'm
her
also scanning the
pocket's
room
closed.
to see if there's anything scrying this room right now.
So
And if I
30
spot
feet.
some-
Hold on, is it 30 feet?
30 feet.
Where are you right now? You're there.
I'm in the middle of the room. I will walk around the room if needed.
Oh, you don't need to, my friend.
As soon as I see it, dispel magic.
There is as you cast the detect magic, you see what looks like a football size dirty brown, green and yellow eyeball
Mhm.
blinking, and you see as it blinks, you just see these bloodshot lines leaving the pupil and just running down. And then just they leave the back of the eyeball, almost as if they all just coalesce into one thick tube, and it just runs out the door. Out the window.
Yeah, if I see that, and I would assume I know that that's a weird scrying
Sure
orb,
is, yeah.
dispelling that.
You happy?
Valder was watching.
How do you know who was watching?
Well, let's put 2 and 2 together. He's in the city. He's out for our heads. There's some weird fucking eyeball in the corner there that I just made vanish.
Right?
So, Valder's watching. I'll assume he's listening. So, I think the choice...
I ain't said nothing he don't know already.
You ain't
He
said...
knew I was coming here, and knew I was
No,
going to tell you
you're fine.
the damage you've done.
Look,
Oh,
damage I've
Baratheon,
done is
you
done.
come to scold us as if we are school children. Please tell us why you come. We did what we
I've
thought
come
we
to you.
were
That's
meant
exactly
to do.
why I've come to you. I've come to you to scold you because you are acting like school children.
We were
attacking-
sent to find the undead scourge upon that temple, and we ran into people who needed help. It is our duty to help those who need help. We did as what we could. It is not our fault that in this situation we deemed this man to be nefarious.
Your
whether his
duty
acts
was to
be
do
for the
what you
king
were
or not.
instructed to do. Your duty was to follow your orders, not go on some half-break crusade to help random adventurers you found because you took a liking to them. Grow up!
Strong word.
Grow up, Mizelu! Grow up, Erixium!
What wish you us to do? What do you want
Pay
us to
attention
do?
to politics. Don't attack men of the kingdom just because you don't like them.
I think...
Fuck's sake! You see what's happening here? We could all be pariahs by the end of the month. 30 days, he says. We have to reapply for Temple of the Platinum Dragon to be a legitimate religion again.
And let me guess. Let me guess. On the contingent of the application being approved to legitimize the one true savior, our platinum dragon Bahamut, me and my brother must be expelled from the church. Must bear no reverence and submit to the king.
That's where you're wrong, Mizelu. Or sorry, that's where you're wrong, Erixium. There are no stipulations. But we have to jump through as many hoops as they tell us they want us to jump through. No stipulations for now, anyway.
Can the temple not request an audience with the king himself?
That's exactly what's going to happen. The high priest himself has to travel to Sopherone City, has to have an audience with the king and his advisors.
I would strongly
All the
suggest
while
he
to
send
apply-
a very large guard with them.
Well, I tell you something. The Temple of the Platinum Dragon was the first established church here in the Kingdom of Sopherone.
I know my
The
history.
first, and now we've to reapply like we're some new religion, like the knee nobblers, those gnomish tinkerers.
I think anyone who was in that tomb could say that we took the best course of action available to us. If Valder had gotten what the king was sending him after, I don't think we'd be having.
Sending him after.
Yeah, exactly. Big if. Robert, I feel like you should probably weigh in here at this stage.
What have you got to say for yourself then, writer?
I have no guarantee that, or there is no guarantee that Balder is not working for some shadow group within Sopherone politics.
The shadow group, you say?
Yeah,
We don't give
you
a
say
shit.
his orders come from the king, but it could come from some minister or whatever. The king might not even know of what is happening here. The king might not even be aware of the circumstances of what led to the events at the temple.
All the king likely knows is that two members of the temple attacked one of his men who very, very much deserved it.
Right, so you think this man is acting independently of the authority of the king?
He found
I would
What do you
definitely
think,
think so.
We found a mirror in the temple, at the church in Templetown. One of our compatriots mentioned a weird, voice speaking to Valder. Let's see, we found a shrine to Bane in that temple.
Or it scrunches up again at that name.
So, I don't think we need to, explain to you the tenets of a Baneite. I think you know damn well what they'd be after. My detect magic is still going, by the way.
She's not under, what do you call it?
Charm. Modify
Yeah.
magic. Yeah, I'm gonna min I thought as well, actually, with the scrunch, and I forgot.
No, but now, after the couple of times you've said it, you do detect, I don't know, as you look at her, every time you mention that name, her forehead scrunches up in almost like with your insight checks now, you can, it's like a mixture of doubt and just anger at maybe appearing doubtful in front of people that she should be senior. Well, she is senior too. And she sits down and she goes, right. Fucking hell.
Is there any of that firebrand stuff left that still
No,
works?
it's probably gone off by now.
It's been an hour. Unless you want to poison her.
No.
Nah, so, my running guess is Valder may be working for whatever it is. Was it? So Richard died fighting, or gave his life to defeat Gallus Czar, right? That's the general consensus of things, right? Isn't that the history? That's me asking out a character.
Okay, yeah. You're not saying that out loud, are you?
No, I'm asking, just before I say something.
Okay, yeah. Yes, you did.
Yeah, so Richard faced a force and, met his end.
Well, no.
I'm trying to see, am I getting that? Am I getting that feeling when I'm talking about that, by the way?
Yeah, you certainly are.
So I'm trying to dance around it then.
What Sir Richard did was he agreed to be entombed and to become an undead creature, which was everything that he was sworn to oppose and destroy, but it was the only way that he could eternally protect whatever wasn't interred with him.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to think. Like, I don't want to, like, obviously, because things, I don't want to outright say things that Ren would know not to say. So, what it says, Richard was obviously entombed to protect something, right? That's the general idea of what was going on there.
Yeah.
I think it's fairly self-explanatory that whatever he and the defenses that were put on that temple was buried with is not something that should be unleashed on the, onto the continent of Sopherone, right? Again. If Valder was looking for that, I think it's self-explanatory as to what his plans are. I don't think he's looking to destroy it. I think he's looking to harness it. He's looking to control it. He's looking to unleash it. He's bad news. We don't even... Look, I'm assuming these have reported the shit he's done in Templetown.
So as she kind of... She looks at you and she seems distracted.
He's creating undead.
She pulls out what looks like a very, very, very familiar, thin silver chain with this sort of pendant hanging off it that Mizelu recognizes before. It is the amulet of proof against detection and location. That she gave him a ring version, but she pulls out something similar. It has the same design, and you can see now she clutches it and it activates. We don't know what. And she stands up and walks to the door. She kind of closes the door, makes sure it's still closed, locks it. And she kind of sits up on this thing here. And she goes, right, I've got 5 minutes before I can be scryed upon again. Now, there's trouble afoot here. I don't think that was Valder. Things he said, the way he talked, didn't seem right.
His accent.
I saw a scar down the back of his neck that I've never seen before. When he came, he had those documents he carried were authentic. I verified them myself. So I don't know. But he knew things that he shouldn't know if he weren't Balder. He knew about my history with him. I just don't know. He seemed different to me. Now, long and short of it is, I've been told to come to you, tell you guys, you need to fucking back off. You need to back off this guy. Because if you continue, the Temple of the Platinum Dragon, its legitimacy will not be renewed. And we'll all of us be hunted down like pariahs. So, you need to back off.
What if Mizelu and Erixium were to act independently of the temple? Would that still be an issue? Like, just, you could stage...
What, leave the temple?
Maybe... I don't know, and he ran and looked at him and was like, I know this is not my place to say, but obviously they fucked up they've fucked up a lot lately. If they were free agents, as to say, we could look into what Balder's doing. Wouldn't reflect on you. You have nothing to do with us. You fired them.
They also wouldn't have the protection of the temple should they need it.
Doesn't look like they'll have it either way.
If they were to be excommunicated, so to say.
Doesn't look like they'll have it either way in this situation, unfortunately.
I tell you what we can do, and what I was sent here to do, send you on a bullshit assignment. Get you out of the city get you away from Valor for a while. We've had a shipment. Well, we've had a party heading up them there mountains. Yeah, they've heading up them there mountains to retrieve some adamantine. They've gone missing.
That's the thing Gobther set around, isn't it?
Gobdaw, yeah. The kingdom, Gobdaw. The kingdom has been looking for adventurers to do this, and what she's proposing is that you all do it on behalf of the church while the church is legitimate for 30 days. She goes, you just say you're working for the church. The church hired you on, you won't have to sign no contracts, you won't have to make no agreements. You say you're working for the church. You can shoot up there now, check out now, try and find that shipment of adamantine and bring it back there. Maybe that might get you in the good graces of the church. I'm not sure, but that's my deal to you. Now, that's my deal to the rest of you. Them's my orders to fucking Eryxium and Mazzello Grim. Away you go. Get out with the church, do some fucking jobs for a change. Instead of running around, running amok.
Does the church have access to a teleportation circle? I feel like I'm asking everyone this, but no one gives me a straight answer.
Aye, they do.
I have somebody that should be getting me a delivery of the materials needed to make one of my own, well, a temporary one. We get that around the cart, we could teleport it. Would it be a big enough area? Get it straight into the church? No risk of anyone assailing us on the roads?
No, I'm afraid the teleportation circle in the church is not up for distribution. No one's going to know that specific teleportation address, and B, it's quite small. It's made for a maximum 2 or 3 people tops. So, right.
Do you know of any other ones in Artex we could make use of, other than the Arcanist district, where no one will let me in? And
I recommend you make your own, sir.
Doesn't that take a year or something?
A long time.
Out of character.
Yeah, it does. It's like, I don't even know if it's a year, but it takes like a lot of resources.
It's 1 year of casting it in the same place every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking at back, so we may need horses or, something to pull a cart.
So how long does your detect
10 minutes.
magic? So 10 minutes? It's at this point you see...
Is it imperative that we go to the same place, or is it imperative that we go there, or could we just go off and do something else away from Valder for 30 days?
No, I've got a job for you to do. Well, I've got a job for Eryxium and Mazzello to do. You boys can just head up and do your own thing. Until then, that's up to you. But right now, I'm tired, I'm heading off. And it's at that point, Ren, you see another one of those yellow eyeballs.
I still have a 3rd level slot. Dispel
Here,
magic.
right there.
Dispel magic.
Okay. As Ren just reaches up and casts Dispel Magic. Eryxium, you hear in your head. Please. For God's sake, someone needs to help me. As you hear the familiar voice of the voice from upstairs, begging for anyone to pay attention. And I think that's right now where we're going to leave things for tonight. Thanks everyone for sticking around. Thanks for following along with this story. A lot of RP tonight, not a lot of combat, but sometimes that's the way it goes. And we've definitely managed to further the story a little bit. Love you all. Thanks very much for sticking around. Christian, thanks so much for doing what you do. Please stay tuned for Sunless Citadel with Stephen on Sunday, and we will see you then.
Love
you all.
Is it on?